And the highest compliment is when people don't know, or they think, yeah, that's what I said. I sounded good. If it's still true to them and they feel like that's what they said, I'm like, great. Because sometimes
your perception is your reality.
Because there are times where I'm like, I wonder if they're going to notice. This is kind of like putting words in their mouth.
Right.
But they don't catch me. And normally it's flattering enough that they don't mind. Sometimes they will say, I didn't say that, but I'm glad.
Right. Thanks for being honest. Okay.
But I appreciate that. I've had enough time myself being the visionary, being the communicator, and being the one on the other side of the contracting situation to where I know what I like to be delivered to me. So to be able to deliver that to other people is actually an honor to me. It's something that it's really refreshing to get to do.
Welcome to DFW Grit. I'm Dr. James Taylor and I'm your host, and this is more than just a podcast. We dive into the stories of the movers, the shakers, the small business owners, the entrepreneurs right here in the DFW Metroplex. This is your home for authentic, real stories that prove what happens when you don't back down. Let's get to work. All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the new and improved, the newly rebranded DFW Grit. As always, I'm your host, Dr. James Taylor. Today with me, Mr. Joel Davis. Joel Davis, pleasure.
Yeah,
dude.
Great to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
So real quick, help me. I mean, first time we've been in the same room together.
Right.
We've spoke a couple of times.
Yes.
What exactly... Did I see your video first and reach out to you? No, I didn't. I reached out to you.
Yeah.
And then I saw the video you put out after that. And I was like, fuck yeah, I made the right choice. So, okay. What do you do? What video am I talking about? What happens? Who are
man.
you?
So I'm a video producer.
Uh-huh.
I produce videos for primarily small businesses, nonprofits, entrepreneurs, different people that just have a need for content. And I've been doing it for a while now, and it's a thrill. So what we met because your wife was speaking at an event that I was capturing. So my business was contracted to capture the event. So basically it was a women's conference, and there were a couple hundred women. It was a good sized event. Yeah, it was a big event at the Bowden in Keller. And so the Keller Chamber of Commerce contracted my business to come and capture it. But along with that, it was sponsor videos. So they had presenting sponsors. So I made promos for the presenting sponsors, promoting the event, but also highlighting their business. Yeah. And then within that quote was also the speakers doing like a highlight reel for them. So their full talk and then a little highlight reel, kind of a sizzle reel of actually, they didn't ask me to do the sizzle reel. I just thought that would be something valuable for the speakers to
look
have.
what I can do.
Exactly.
So just background story. Okay. So it's all coming back to me now. Was it, what date was that thing?
No, it was October 20th or something.
Okay. Reason I asked. So I don't know if I told you or if she told you, but Tamika and I share the same birthday. So yep, November 6th. So she spoke at that in October. You caught that, and I was like, I need a cool birthday present.
Yeah.
And I remember telling you, and then for those of you out there that have looked her up, like she doesn't have any speaker reels. She doesn't have any highlight reels.
Nuts.
She is on. Shoot, there's 52 weeks a year. She's probably on 104 stages a year.
Crazy.
There's no video of it aside from what she does on her podcast. So I'm like, here's what I could do.
Yeah.
I'm going to make this happen. And then actually what I did is I called Chelsea Rose. And again, for those here in DFW, because now we're getting local.
Yeah.
Chelsea Rose you need to know somebody. You need to know Chelsea Rose.
I love it.
Hey, I'm looking for someone to capture content. Gave me your number.
I love it.
Went out there. Oh yeah, I was actually just there, and went from there. We set it up. Cool. Hey, here's what we're gonna do, and then you dropped actually, like I've never seen anything that you've done.
Which was funny to me that you would call me and you hadn't even seen any of my work.
Chelsea Rose.
I love it. I love it. Shout out to Chelsea.
Yeah, I know. Right? Thanks, Chelsea. And then so like we get that set up, and then I think a week later you drop that speaker reel, and I'm like, shit, that's good.
Yes.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Yeah. What's great is I'll tell you just flat out. It's like I had your eyes in mind making it. You being a business owner and your wife as well, and everybody that's connected to them. I'm thinking about those eyeballs. So I'm thinking my client always is, yes, their audience, but it's them, if they have some kind of sentimental connection to what's produced for them, it turns into more business for me.
Absolutely.
But the same thing is true for anybody that's connected to them. And so that was kind of that was a calculation I was making. It was a little bit theory, but then when you called me and said, "Hey, I want to hire you for some content," I was like, "It works."
Yep, on to something. So how'd you get into this? Why'd you start pointing the camera at people?
Yeah. So my background is actually ministry. And so I grew up so I grew up in ministry, and I grew up just around things where stories needed to be told, content needed to be made. I was doing, my mom had a local here in Dallas-Fort Worth. She had a local kids performing arts program.
Oh, cool.
And so even within that, I found myself producing things and producing videos to kind of highlight what was going on. And so then when I finished school, I went to like a ministry training school. And then right out of that, I was hired at a church. And so at that church, I started producing content just because stories. I wasn't a video guy. I was working with the contractors.
Okay.
And so I just was really clear. I wanted to be more and more clear with them. And so I started learning more language. And then I figured, well, if I'm telling them what shots to take, let me go ahead and get in here and just figure out how to clip things together, make it easier for them to find what I'm talking about. Well, one thing led to another. Next thing you know, I'm editing it. And so just over time, and it seemed like every position I would be in, I ended up being involved in the video storytelling, whether it was promoting, recapping, vision casting. It's just like, hey, Joel, can you put together a video for this? And so in 2019, I was working for a nonprofit, and I was in that kind of space, kind of hybrid, doing music for them, but then also doing some video stuff. And the opportunity presented itself for me to really launch out, start my business, and for them to become a client of mine, to become my first client, and then pursue other clients with the business. Well, so that was fall of 2019. 2020
so were you working with the church that you left the church?
the nonprofit I was working with was serving actually senior communities.
Okay.
So it was providing church services in senior communities.
Okay.
And so great organization. It's called Texas Senior Ministries. Phenomenal. My brother actually started it, and it's incredible. And he's been doing it. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary this year. And so that's what I was doing at that moment. I was working with his organization, but I was capturing stories. I was promoting events. And so then I started getting requests to work with other churches and other entities, and then and some small businesses, but not a lot, but mostly in the nonprofit and church space is where I was working. And so then 2020 hits, and I'm getting blown up. It's like, we need video. Yeah. So it's like a lot of people took a hit. For me, because everybody needed to gather via video, it actually turned into...
They can't come and see us, so we got to show them us.
Yes. And so it grew my business. It grew my contacts. Exactly.
Best pandemic ever.
I know. Well, and so, but I wasn't quite prepared for how to like scale my business. And so it was really up and down and up and down. And so I kept writing the same kind of model, just kind of shooting from the hip, up until just this year. I really made a push to want to start pursuing more small businesses. I just noticed that the way I tell stories and the way that I capture content, it really helps if whoever I'm working with has some kind of motivation, whether it's something that it's a cause or it's their own story and what they're accomplishing in their own life. Like if that's kind of a theme within it, that's where I can really help. Like I can make sure that's represented, but then also speak to your audience or your customer and really highlight what you're trying to do. It's like so blending those two things in a way where it's kind of seamless is kind of my specialty. And so I figured if this is helping in the nonprofit space and in the church space, it could really help a lot in the small business space and places that actually have money.
Well, I mean, we laugh, dude, but there's a whole bunch of truth in that.
It's the real deal.
And
so that's
working for free sucks.
Well, and that's the thing too. It's like for me, because I have my ministry background, means I have a heart for it. I'm gonna overwork and undercharge a ton. and I have a family. It's not the best thing when you have a family. It's like, if I'm gonna be away from home, I got 3 kids, I'm married, it's like, if I'm gonna be away from home, like, I need to bring something back when I come home. And so I still do a lot of great work with churches, nonprofits. It's still my favorite thing to do. But being able to do what I do with small businesses and entrepreneurs and people in that space kind of fuels my other passion.
That's awesome.
And so I'm able to do both. But I have found that I bring something unique to this space as well. And it's been a blast. So I love entrepreneurs. I love crazy people. When I got to meet you and I started looking up your stuff. I'm like, this guy is crazy. He said he's a Renaissance man.
Right?
And so it's just like, that makes total sense. But I like working with people like that. People with vision, people with ideas, and being able to capture that and like set the trajectory of where you're trying to go, capture where you are, and see how we can tell a story that moves us there.
Well, and I imagine too, correct me if I'm gonna set you up and tee it up for you.
Yeah.
But I imagine too, like, you've probably worked with some people who, I don't want to be on camera. Well, sorry, you got to be for this. Like, literally, this is video production. I don't want to be on camera.
Yeah.
I don't want my voice recorded or stuff like that. But then you show them the final product, and they're like, they don't believe that that's them.
Yes. Tons. Yes, I do that a lot, and that's always the highest compliment, especially because there's a lot of tricks in editing and just ways that you can help people sound better than they sounded when you sat across from them. And the highest compliment is when people don't know, or they think, yeah, that's what I said. I sounded good. if it's still true to them and they feel like that's what they said, I'm like, great. Because sometimes
your perception is your reality.
Because there are times where I'm like, I wonder if they're going to notice. This is kind of like putting words in their mouth.
Right.
But they don't catch me. And normally it's flattering enough that they don't mind. Sometimes they will say, I didn't say that, but I'm glad.
Right. Thanks for being honest like I did.
But I appreciate that. I've had enough time myself being the visionary, being the communicator, and being the one on the other side of the contracting situation, to where I know what I like to be delivered to me. So to be able to deliver that to other people is actually an honor to me. It's something that it's really refreshing to get to do. And so, so I've seen that, just being able to interpret what people are trying to say or meaning to say, or what the best way for them to say it. So even in the shoot or in the interview, I'll be able to say, maybe try it this way. And then other times I know in post, I can fix that.
So you went out on your own, like for real, 2019.
That's right.
Right. And now we're hitting 2020. So going on 6 years.
Crazy,
dude.
Bro.
6. Does it feel like 6 years?
No. I mean, if I look back and I look at the growth, then I can see that.
Do you look back at the first stuff you put together and you're like, that's fucking terrible?
Yes.
When this cuts out, I'm going to see if I can find the very first YouTube video I ever posted for The Office. It's so bad. I think Tamiko's holding the camera. I
love it.
It's awful. But in 6 years of this, especially, I mean, and again, best pandemic ever. Like I never had to think about that. Like, yeah, because everyone went to video. Hell, Zoom's stock skyrocketed.
I edited conferences that were done over Zoom. So it's like people did. So we just ended up editing and cutting together people's keynotes and their talks and their panels on Zoom conversations, so it's just, everybody had to innovate.
Yeah.
And so it ended up being a blessing in a really terrible disguise. Right. But you know what I'm saying?
It's gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, actually, do me a favor. Speaking of that too, because again, not in that world, so I didn't necessarily have to think about this kind of stuff. But one of the things from a business standpoint that I am beginning to fully embrace is, like, everyone, I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people will think like producing content, making content is hard. And I'm going to tell you, like, from my standpoint right now, like, this, you and I are going to talk for about 20 or 25 minutes.
Sure.
And it's going to be put out there on YouTube and Spotify and Apple. So there's our long format stuff on 3 different places. And then I got another guy who's going to chop this thing up into 3, 4, 5 different reels. Like, but do you find that you have to basically convince people to do that all the time too? Like, hey, it's not really like, all I'm doing is I'm pressing record, and then my fourth wall break, my buddy Sumo is going to chop it up and make everything happen.
Yeah. Shout out to Sumo.
Thanks, Sumo. Yeah. So, like, are you in that same space? Just convincing people like, hey, it's not really as hard as your brain makes it out to be?
Definitely. And a lot of times people know, especially people that are in business for themselves, they know that they need it.
Mm-hmm.
They recognize it's a gap for them. But that is their hesitation is, like you said, getting in front of the camera. Like there's such a hang up. And I get it when I have to be on the other side of the camera, like I am now, knowing that Sumo is going to be looking at me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel it. I know, I understand. But it's needful. Like there's no way around it. And so by the time I get that call, people know it's what they need. There is always some, or not always, every now and then I get with somebody that's like, they get it and they're ready for it and they have a handle on their words and they're ready to go. But a lot of times
I got it now. I didn't used to get it.
No, that makes total. Well, that's the thing too, is like practice makes perfect.
True.
It's like the more you do it and the more reps you get in, the more confident you get.
Mm-hmm.
But it also helps if you're sitting across from somebody who can help you. And that really is the value of what I bring. Because the truth is, for how people are used to receiving content nowadays, you don't need a big professional camera and crew, and you don't need all that. Nope. Even what I do, you don't actually need it. That doesn't help me, but I'm telling you the truth. It's like the reality is you can get in front of something on your phone, and people are so conditioned to receive content that way and to respond to it that it gets the job done. But sometimes you just need somebody there that's helping you along, that's giving you the confidence. It's like, I'm fine to be somebody's security blanket, because I am that for a lot of people. And that's a thing that's helpful. Sometimes you just need that. But if you have it on your own, a lot of times it's like, it's really easy to work with people that have a vision, know what they're trying to say, hit record, they're just going to go, and then I'm just going to make it pretty and give it back to them. But sometimes people just need somebody that's going to help them, especially if they're early in the process of creating content.
Fair.
That's when you want that. And also, if you're trying to elevate your brand and you want it to be, you want to be seen a certain way, that's when you increase the production value of what you do. You take it to another level. And there's a case to be made for all of that. But I would always encourage people, just start. If you got to make stuff, just start making it. And, and you start to work out all those jitters, and everybody's going to make awkward videos. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, everybody's going to be terrible when they start. But after a while, you find your voice, you get used to hearing yourself.
True.
And then you're ready to go.
Dude, that's awesome. So within all of this, because again, I mean, it works from behind the camera too.
Yeah.
Especially again, like when you stepped it on your own.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to just think back, a good number of my guests have kind of fallen into where they were at in life when I interviewed them. Correct me if I'm wrong. It kind of seems like you kind of knew where you were going, from the get-go. Did I pick up on that? Or like, I mean, we had the ministry thing, but the ministry kind of like, especially down here, in Texas, like churches will have production.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah, no, I mean, I've had a lane, and it's been something that I've been able to do. Like, again, though, this is new to me, being out in the entrepreneur world and and working with businesses. And in a lot of ways, it's easier just because it's understood as a simple transaction. Whereas when you're doing something that is more ministry related, and I don't say this as a criticism, it's just that there's a lot of heart attached to it. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot more. There's several layers that you're navigating when you're in that space. And I love that space. I don't mind navigating all of that, because to me, it's worth it. But when you're just trying to support your family, the simple transactions are nice.
Do you remember the first client you signed?
The very first, as my business. Yeah. Well, like I said, that nonprofit that I was working for was my first actual, that was my first gig, right? And so I was producing content for them. And then the next project that I took on was it was a bigger project for me at that time, and it was for a local political party. Okay. That needed content. Actually, they needed content to feature the diversity of the party. Yeah. Because they weren't doing a very good job.
Yeah, I got a whole lot of white folk here.
Yes. Yeah. Very much so. Yeah. And they just needed some help. Because because it's like, if you look around, it's like you actually have a lot more representation. It's just you wouldn't know it from
don't
your
point the
website or
camera
your
at it.
content. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we put together a piece that
You have
highlighted
token
that.
minorities.
That's just call it like it is. Just say it like you see it. I love it. Yeah. I mean, so they needed help with that.
Yep.
And capturing that. And so it was a bigger project. Several people that would come through and do interviews and cutting it together. And I was really happy with how it came out. And it was very promising to me to see that there's potential kind of going into a space that was unfamiliar to me.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, hell yeah, going from church to the state for all intents and purposes.
Right. Right. Yeah. But in so many ways, it's just like, it's an organization.
Yep.
It has values. It has a message, you know, so it's like, it's not that different. And that's the truth about most small businesses and entrepreneurs. One thing I've done for churches, I've produced testimony videos, people that have had their life changed at a church. And so they share their testimony. Well, businesses have that too.
Yeah, I got all kinds of Google reviews.
Exactly. And so capturing somebody's testimony in that space is not that much different. You know, it obviously it exists in a different space,
Fair.
You know, but what you're highlighting about their experience is similar.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So like with all this, aside from just the content and the people that you're capturing, like what inspires you? Where do you get your inspiration? What are you listening to? What are you reading?
Yeah.
In this kind of stuff. Because I imagine too, like same, like you want to go out there and you want to help people, and for all intents and purposes, man, sometimes people might be just, I don't want to say beyond your help, but like just you work with people. Sometimes people suck.
Yeah.
So like there's stuff. What do you do on your own time to keep that going, to keep that drive and the inspiration to keep working?
Sure. I mean, for me, it is there's a creative part of me. I don't bring a ton of my creative brain to every project that I work on, because sometimes creativity can get in the way of clarity. And sometimes people are, right.
Yep.
But sometimes, and people that are in my space, they will err on the side of creativity. And it's like really what people need in their videos and in their content is just clear. Connect the dots for me. Don't make me have to, you know, find it in there. Right. And so I have a creative side that I will feed by watching things that are creative. And like music. I love music. I like to make music. And so it's like, I'll listen to things, different styles, different genres, whether it's, you know, gospel or hip hop or rock, classic rock. You know, it hasn't gotten into country yet. I'm in Texas. I'm working on it. I got friends like,
are you from Texas originally or not?
I'm originally from Oklahoma.
Okay.
But exactly.
I'm not gonna say it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's similar.
Right.
And so, you know, but all kinds of genres, all kinds of music, different shows. I love history. I like learning things, you know, so it's a way that I can kind of, but even the way that history stories are told, documentaries, that stuff inspires me, just because you can see, you know, there's a clear narrative there. Yeah. There's a lot of.
Look at Hamilton, man. Like nobody could give two shits about Hamilton until Lin-Manuel put him on stage.
I'm telling you.
In a way that no one's ever seen before.
Yeah.
Like,
I went and saw it. I've seen it twice here at Bass Hall.
Yep.
And it's phenomenal.
I saw it. I know it was once. I think it was twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
It's incredible.
It's a story.
But it brings everything together, right? So you've got this incredible story. You got history. So there's a lot of things that are reference points that everybody knows, and characters that people have heard about, at least heard their names, and events that you know. But then you've got these incredible songs and these performances that are insane. And so it really is the mixture of creativity and clarity, like at its finest, because it's so creative, but it's clear. When I first, because I hadn't seen anything or heard any of the songs before I saw it the first time. And I thought, I was watching, I'm like, how am I going to be able to keep up with this show? Like when it started, I was like, they're going to sing and rap everything. How am I going to keep up? And then by the time the song was done, I was like, okay, I get it. Like, and I'm conditioned for it. So now I know what I'm supposed to do, you know. But that to me is an incredible example of when you bring those things together. That's the sweet spot.
So
know?
In my mind, equally as creative, but coming at it from a completely maybe more defunct standpoint, maybe a little lowbrow or blue collar, not blue collar, but blue. Check out Book of Mormon if you get the chance.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
I've heard that.
Don't go with your mom.
Fair.
I've never met his mom.
Yeah.
Sure, she's a wonderful woman, and as such,
No, you're
don't
right.
go with your mom.
You're right.
But so, man, I'm totally derailed this thing. If anything prior to Book of Mormon like resonated with anybody out there, like how can people find you? Where should they look for you? Where can they see some of your work?
Sure. So my website is greattlightcreative.com. And so I've got a lot of my work there. I'm updating it now just because I have a lot more work with the types of clients that I'm really kind of going after in this season of my business. And so I'm in the process of updating that so that people can see what I'm able to do for your business. Because like I said before, I've done a lot of great stuff with nonprofits and things that are really inspiring in that space, but I've been able to do things that have produced results for small businesses and business owners. I say small to mid-size, people that are ready to make an investment and see that they can get some value out of having content. I've been able to deliver things for them. And so that's there on greattlightcreative.com.
You're saying Greattlight?
Yes. Greattlightcreative.com.
Perfect. You on any of the socials or anything?
I'm on social, but I got to get my stuff together.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm working on it. That's the thing too.
Yeah, the stuff you put out is on other people's socials.
Listen, that's the thing. It's like it's been a whirlwind ever since I came into this space. I intended to be working, working on my business, but I've been working in my business.
Weird.
Yeah.
That old story?
Oh gosh. And so it's just been like, I've got to get on it. That's been some place where I've really been falling behind because it's like, I tell other people's stories. I got to do a better job at telling my own
story, man.
And
turn that camera. I'll give you the raw footage. It's fine.
There we go.
But Joel, dude, I appreciate you taking appreciate you taking the time to come out today. Dude, this is awesome. So again,
Greattlight Creative.
Greattlightcreative.com.
That's right.
Where's your shop at? You just work out of your home?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I work out of my home and I go to where people are.
Yep.
So I can show up at people's businesses.
But like Colleyville, you Bedford, where you at?
Keller.
Okay, perfect. So,
primarily.
Right up Davis. Perfect.
Exactly.
So once again, appreciate you coming out, guys, taking the time. Hell, like I said, I'll get you all the raw footage. So we got that for you too. But again, guys, like, share, follow. If you need some social media stuff, some content stuff, Joel's your guy right here. Man, I set him up before I even saw your work, and then I saw your work, and I'm like, damn, I made the right choice. So again, another episode of DFW Grit in the books. Thanks for watching, you guys. Like, share, and follow. As always, I say it every single time. It's true with the old brand. It's true with the new brand. You will learn more here by accident than elsewhere by design. We'll catch you on the next episode.